Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, Oracle and Spiritual Intuitive, and today I'm here with my weekly Moonday Oracle Message, and this will be a message for the collective, for their highest and greatest good, or everyone who finds themselves here for the week of February 10th, 2020. So before I actually get started, since I'm a little bit behind, I'm just going to try to share really quickly and let everybody know that I am here. Hello, Faye. Welcome, pretty lady. Hello, Casey. Welcome. Yes, you made it. I'm glad I made it. It's running a little bit behind this evening. Hi, Dawn. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for being here. And I do just want to let everybody know and apologize that if I don't say hello, it's not that I'm not acknowledging you. Sometimes Facebook does not show me. It shows me a certain amount of numbers that are tuned in, but it doesn't show me everybody's name unless you actually comment. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to see it. So I just want to let you know I'm not ignoring anybody, okay? Hi, Heather, Karen, Lindsay. Welcome. Glad you all made it. Oh, yeah. Casey, yeah, it's been an interesting couple of days, hasn't it? Glad you all could make it. Just bear with me one moment. I'm just going to share this. Do it as fast as my little fingers can. Okay. How's everybody's, well, I should say, how's everybody's full moon? Did anybody notice anything? Especially when I want to ask everybody who tuned in last Monday to the Moonday message. And I want to ask you, how have things been? How did the message resonate? Anybody feel free to share in the comments, and I would love to hear. Yeah, I was just saying it, Heather. You read my mind. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Barbara. Welcome. Yeah, that full moon was intense. Some pretty interesting stuff going on as well. I am almost done. Okay. So I apologize that I am behind this evening. I actually had an unexpected visit right before I was getting ready to go live. So took me a little longer than I expected. So I do apologize. But you know, everything is always in divine timing. As we all know, there's always a really good reason. Maybe I'm delayed because there's somebody who's meant to be here tuning in live with us this evening. And we were just waiting on them. All right, I'm all done. Okay, so yes, feel free, share. Hey, Noreen, welcome, sister girl. Glad you made it. All right, let me see if I'm missing these comments. Happy Moon Day all. Have my 11-month-old granddaughter with me tonight, feeling so blessed. Oh, how sweet. Blessings to her and blessings to you. Hey guys, how about that? Yep. I was just trying to see if there's anything I missed because they all get hidden from me. So yeah, it's been an interesting week, huh? Interesting full moon, interesting couple of days. We're going to talk about that empathy forecast in a few moments. So I will do the, tell a little bit about this page and what you can expect as you're watching this video for anybody who is new to my page. So hello, Megan. Welcome. I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing, sweetheart? It's good to see you. It has been a little while. Casey says, I am definitely one of them. Well, I tuned in was before November. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, see, divine timing. Glad you made it. So for anybody who is new to my page, every Monday, or as long as divine timing allows, I do like to come here live and share a message utilizing both oracle cards and my own intuitive abilities for everyone's highest and greatest good. And why do I do that? Well, why not? You know, if we have the ability to ask our higher selves for guidance, or, you know, the divine for information as to what we can know going forward through the coming week, that's a blessing, you know, to be able to have a heads up, a little bit of insight as to what we can expect energetically, so that we're not just blindly going through the motions. It's really about awareness, because when you have awareness, it does awaken you to, you know, your own innate power, and it does allow you to shift and transform circumstances. It allows you to move in flow with the universe and the energy versus trying to swim against it. So it's really powerful heads up and insight as to what we most need to know. It is all for the highest and greatest good. There is no personal individual readings here today. It is much more of an overall generalized message for the week for all of us. And that just means everybody who finds themselves here watching. It does not matter if you are watching this live. It doesn't matter if you're watching this on the replay months from now. You are here in exact divine timing and hearing the message, or something in this message that you do need to hear. How it will resonate with you will be unique to your own individual journey at the exact time you're hearing it. Okay, so that's how these messages work. I do offer private, personalized readings. If you're interested, you can reach out to me privately for that. Before I start out with the readings, I actually like to talk about any news and announcements. Then I like to go into the energy forecast. Then I'm going to pull the card for the week, and then we'll go into what is called a mudra, and I'll talk a little bit about that more in a bit, okay? So, news and announcements. So, Oracles of the Light is my sister business. It is my partner business with two of my soul sisters, Lindsay and Karen, who are both tuning in at this time. And we offer a variety of readings, services, classes, workshops. Go ahead over and check out Oracles of the Light after this if you have never tuned in over there, because there are some times that we do things on that page that is not being done here on Magical Me, and vice versa. So on Oracles, we are currently offering a reading special for the month of February. Because the month is all about love, we are offering a romance relationship reading. But this one's a little interesting. So there are three of us, three oracles, and we do like to kind of indulge the title of the three fates. And so it is a reading from the three fates. So it is a fates of romance and relationship reading. So it will be a fate of the past, a fate of the present, and a fate of the future or near future and possible outcome. So this reading will get you three individual readings, one from each oracle. And one oracle will be talking about the relationships of the past and how they have colored or influenced the current relationship and situations. One oracle is talking about the relationships in the present and what you most need to know at this time, what you can do to assist or help move your relationship forward. And then the one oracle is talking about the near future and the possible outcome of what you can expect should you have listened and taken the guidance from past and present. So it really does sync up. They're really amazing, interesting, unique readings. They're always a hit. We are still offering them. We do have a tiny waiting list because we're clearing them out now. But if you're interested, you can go over to Oracles of the Light page, look at the offer section. You should see, and we'll share it again just so that it's more recent in the timeline. You should be able to see the offer, and it will be called the Fates of Romance and Relationships reading. Okay. These are all pre-recorded readings, so you do not have to be in person for this. It doesn't matter where you live. We are able to record these readings and send them over to you privately, again, in 3 different video readings. Okay. Hi, Dinah. Hi, Doreen. Hello, Laura. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Glad you made it. So another thing that Oracles of the Light has just launched is our new newsletter. So through email subscription, it's your choice if you choose to sign up. We are putting together a monthly newsletter now that we have just launched the first one for the month of February. And the sign-up information is on both our website at www.oraclesofthelight.com, as well as on our Facebook page. But I think that you're only able to see it through a computer or a desktop. You can't see it for some reason on the mobile devices. But there is a tab that says email sign-up. So that's how you subscribe. Also, you can private message us and we'll send you the link to subscribe. So it's always that. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Margaret. Oh, well, thank you. I'm so happy that you are able to make it. That's wonderful. Divine timing, right? All right. So the newsletter that we're doing has a bunch of little tips and tools for whatever is going on for that specific month. We'll do a theme every month. So this month is all about love, and it's giving you different tips on different types of love, not just romantic love, but it's about self-love, most importantly, and unconditional love. So we offer a bit of tips and insight. We do a special message, a spirit message on there for the month. We also talk about any seasonal occurrences or events that are going on. Like right now, it is all about the goddess Bridget and Imbolc. So there's information there. All of our events are posted there. We are also talking about in the future offering special discounts and offers only on the newsletter. So only those who are subscribed to the newsletter would get them. So it's just something to think about. If you're interested, let us know. Or again, you can find the subscription or the sign up link website and Oracle's Facebook page. Okay. All right. Oh, you guys are wonderful. I love you. I am so blessed. Blessed to have such an amazing following and friend circle here, because that's really what it feels like for me. I don't like the word following. Friend circle. So thank you all for being here. All right. So that February 22nd, I am a certified Reiki master teacher, and I will only be offering this class in person. February 22nd, I am offering a certification for Yusoi Reiki Training Level 1. If you are interested in learning how to take the well-being and healing of your overall self, of your overall life, as well as being able to assist the well-being of your pets, your children, your family, your friends, even nature, this might be something that you want to look into. It's really about taking the power into your own hands and having a Reiki attunement, which is what occurs during your certification process. Really is life-altering in the best possible ways, and it does really open you up to so much more. I started this out, I started on my Reiki path in 2008, and that was way before I was Magical Me, and it really did facilitate awakening of my gifts, of truths and awareness, of things that I couldn't even have fathomed before. So, great question, Carrie. Do you offer animal Reiki training? I do not offer that separately, no, because contrary to what a lot of the information is out there, you do not need to be certified separately for animal Reiki. I teach that and give all of the information in my general Reiki courses. It is actually through Reiki Level 2 that we get a little bit more, much more in depth with it. But just because of the fact that Reiki 2 actually allows you to heal and send healing remotely. And not all animals or small children are able to sit still for Reiki, or that you're even able to get close to an animal. So Reiki 2 is really how I should say you can really take that animal healing to the next level. And I definitely would encourage anybody, but you do have to have Reiki Level 1 first. So if you're interested, reach out to me and we can talk about that further. But you do not need a separate certification to be an animal Reiki healer, practitioner. Okay. Yes, Lindsay, that mug, right? Lindsay got me this beautiful mug for Christmas. It's Goddess. Margaret says, I've been thinking of doing that with Angie Walters. Oh my goodness, then you should. You absolutely should. I'm telling you, it is life-altering. Best possible thing. And if you're not local to me and you are in a different area, I encourage you to seek out a practitioner in your area, because I am pro only doing Reiki attunements and certification in person. But yeah, Reiki, Angie is absolutely, I think are you talking about Reiki sessions or Reiki training? Because if you haven't had a Reiki session, that as well is something that is just incredibly, again, beneficial even if you're just the recipient of Reiki. It is amazing. So I'm sorry, I didn't know if I misunderstood you or not. But all right, so February 22nd, there's an event posted on my page as well as Oracle's page. It is, again, an in-person class. All the information to register is there. The deadline to register for this level 1 is the 15th of this month. So jump on it if you're interested. And I believe that's all that we have going on for the month of February. March 6th, we have our wonderful magical brother coming from the heart chakra of the earth, Glastonbury, England. And he will be with us on March 6th, March 7th, and March 8th. And his name is Tor Webster. For those of you who have heard me talk about my trips to Glastonbury, it has been an incredible coming home and return of my soul. And the heart chakra for anybody is just that energy that just really is about pure unconditional love and really does burst your heart wide open and help healing heart wounds. But Tor actually lives in Glastonbury, and he travels here to Oracles. This will be the second time we're hosting him. And Tor is a spiritual medium and channel as well as a healer. And he does channel a spiritual teacher from the Christos energy. For those of you who do not know what the Christos is the Christ consciousness or love consciousness. That is what is associated with, everybody knows the term Jesus Christ or Yeshua. It is the Christ light and unconditional love, and he does channel a spiritual teacher in that Christ energy or consciousness for the well-being of the planet, to assist the collective in really beginning to help expand your awareness, our awareness, as to the changes that are occurring in the planet at this time. And also he offers private one-on-one channeling sessions where you can actually communicate, have a conversation with this spiritual teacher that he channels and ask specific questions to your, that are in regards to your path, your journey, anything that you might want to ask regarding your life. You can do that as well. And they do guide you, and also oftentimes offer a healing session at the same time. So Tor will be here at our facility, Oracles of the Light, on March 6th, 7th, and 8th, offering those one-on-one sessions all 3 days. We do still have some appointments available if you're interested. And there's more information because on the events that we've posted on our page. Also, I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. He is also doing a group event for anybody who wants to attend. The information is there, but that will be only on Friday, March 6th at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So, and that will be a channeled overall message for the collective, for the earth, and he does guide us as well in an earth healing. So it's really amazing. Definitely, if you've never experienced something like this, people can tend to be a little uneasy when it comes to channeling and who people are channeling and what is being channeled. I will tell you from personal experience, from working with Tor, from knowing Tor, who he is channeling is authentic, and it is all about love, unconditional, and that's it. So if you're going to be able to be in our area in, again, March 6th through 8th, you can either come to the group event or you can come to the group event and have a one-on-one session with him privately throughout the weekend. So just reach out and message us, okay? Hi, Janet. Welcome. Glad you made it. Jan Burton says, I can't believe I'm catching this live. I always have to watch the replay. Well, welcome. I'm so happy that you made it. Took one of Tor's tours about mouthful, isn't it? Tours. About 5 years ago. He is great. Wish I could come, but I live too far away. Oh, he is. And that's actually how I met Tor, myself and Karen, my other partner from Oracles. That's how we met Tor going on 3 years ago. And it was through doing a tour with him in Glastonbury. And then our energies, soul family, soul tribe, when you meet them. And he ended up coming here, and then we ended up going back, and now we are also doing spiritual retreats and journeys there, and taking groups with us to him. So I'm glad that you got to experience it because it was amazing, and it's so amazing I do it every year. So, Fantastic. And so I don't have to tell you. Yeah, so I wish you could attend, but who knows, maybe something will link up in the future. Tor, I don't know where you're located, but Tor is, he doesn't just come to Oracles of the Light. He actually comes here for about a period of a month or a month and a half, and he actually tours a few different places from Massachusetts, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, New York. So maybe next time, maybe shoot him a message and say, hey, we'd love to have you here, and see if you can get him to come out your way. All right. So March 14th, we also have the beautiful soul sister of mine, Elizabeth Lone from Conscious Creations, coming out to teach a Astrology 101 beginner's birth chart class. And that will also be offered in person March 14th. All of the events I've just talked about have been created, so they're on the pages if you want more information. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into the weekly message now without further ado. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Hi, Amy. Welcome and thank you for being here. Hey, Liz. All right. So, where was I? The empathy forecast. So, my empathy forecast is I am an empath or clairsentient. It's my strongest ability, which means I have the ability to clearly feel. That means I can receive divine information and intuitive information through feeling. And that also makes me incredibly energy sensitive. So I like to talk about the empathy forecast and discuss anything that might be going on that I've noticed, kind of just to help everybody, you're not going crazy. There's some stuff going on, whether it's a full moon, a new moon, a lunar eclipse, a full solar eclipse, or Mercury's in retrograde again. I like to talk about that just to give people an awareness as to what might be going on as well. So we did just have the full moon in the sign of Leo, and that was that was yesterday and the evening of the 8th. So it feels like it's been a really long-lasting full moon this year or this month, and that's because maybe just because of the way that it time-wise, the way that it landed, but really it feels to me like it's been very drawn out. And I think the reason that that's happening, or why it feels that way, is because I really feel the embodiment of what the full moon represents with this moon. And that is both the completion of a cycle as well as the birthing of something new. And last week when I did Moon Day, you all heard me say during my energy forecast or empathy forecast that I felt like I was ready to give birth to something. And I am by no means pregnant with potential, maybe. And so hello, beautiful Hannah. So that's what it felt like for me. And it's felt like this really drawn out, intense energy that's coming in to really finalize what is lingering. I've noticed some people in my life that maybe were experiencing emotions, maybe emotional wounds, especially concerning the heart, that they had thought they dealt with. But really, just sometimes we think we dealt with something. It's actually just kind of pushed down, bottled down a bit, and repressed. So this full moon amplified those things that needed wrapping up. And it came really full circle. And the situation came up. But it was also in a way that was not just about the completion. It was providing through that completion the birth of a whole new cycle. And the way that it did it was almost poetic. It is, especially for the situations that I saw, was really about wrapping up those things in a nice, pretty bow that made it karma-free and clear, and allowing those individuals to be able to move on with a fresh, clean start, not carrying the pain or the lower vibrational emotions that come up when something doesn't end well or end from our desire. So it really did, I feel, and I don't know if this is making sense to all of you. And hello to all of you popping in. Michelle, Cindy, Laura, welcome. Just talking about my empathy forecast and the full moon. I feel like it was an opportunity for us to come into our power, our sovereignty. Leo is that sign. I'm sorry, you can hear my puppy downstairs barking. No one else is home, and so she's probably like, okay, maybe she'll stop now. No, I'm sorry. You're going to hear her keep barking because there's no one down there to tell her to behave herself. I just really felt like it was helping us to wrap up the cycles that were still in some way or another preventing us from really stepping forward into our bold, sovereign power. And that's what Leo energy represents. It's really, we get that whole like king of the jungle, you know, and she's really not going to stop it. Trying to not have to go down and get her. Okay. So she's roaring right now. And it's all about that, you know, king of the jungle energy. And to me, that's really about not the ferocity and the fierceness. It's about the gentle, asserting of power, if that makes sense to everybody. And so I felt like it was really about taking your power back, or being gifted even your power back in a way that really just is like, here you go, you just got set free. So beautiful birthings of new things coming in now because we were able to be clear and free. One thing that I also acknowledge is that it's also opening up our throat chakras, which my beautiful puppy Aura is reminding me of. I did feel something really strange happening with my throat chakra last night, almost like there was something in it, like, you know, when you swallow something, it feels like it got stuck in your throat. But it also felt like something was being removed from it at the same time. And I was feeling a little strange, like, did I do something? Did I hurt it? What did I do? Did I inhale something that didn't agree with me? And you keep freezing on Magical Me. Am I freezing for anybody else right now? Let me know. Because if I am, and it's for, quite a few of you, I'd rather restart than have to sit here, keep talking, and it's not working. So let me know if anybody else is experiencing that. Thank you, Margaret, for mentioning. I will restart. No, Katrina says, okay, welcome, beautiful. She's really not happy about something downstairs. I'm going to try to get through this. No? Okay, everybody else is good. Okay, so then anybody else who's still having a problem, you may just want to close out, really exit everything out, and then come back in and restart, okay? All right, thanks everybody for letting me know that. Okay, so want to wrap that up, but throat chakra I felt like was being expanded, and I did notice that over the last couple of days, like through the entirety of the weekend, I was really being kind of cutthroat with my words. Not hurtful, but I really wasn't holding anything back either. So I was reminded, I pulled a card because I wanted to know, one, what was happening with my throat? Why was I feeling it? Because it really felt like something might have been stuck. And I was reminded that part of coming into your truth and into your power, little Miss Aura downstairs, is all about, it's also your throat chakra, and anchoring our truth and our authentic self and coming into our power is anchoring through your throat chakra, not just the solar plexus, which a lot of people believe. And it's also that, but throat chakra is huge because it is about your expression of self and truth, all right? She wants to be on camera, but what she's going to get is just put into her crate until I can come downstairs, and I don't want to do that to her, but she's really loud, and I have the door closed, and I am a whole flight up. So I can only imagine what she's doing down there. 9 times out of 10, a 9 of 10, Anubis does not want to play with her. And I bet you that's what's going on. I should check on her, though. Bear with me, everybody. I want to check and just make sure she's okay. Okay. What's going on? What do I hear down here? What's happening? Is there somebody at the door? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Okay. Okay. Welcome back. So it was the cat on the stairs taunting her. Gotta love that, huh? So, where were we? Empathy forecast. So I do feel like it is all about expressing ourselves. So you might feel a sudden and overwhelming need to just say whatever is on your mind. There's a really good reason for it. So I'm going to tell you to honor it. But I'm also going to tell you to remember this is essentially all about love. So try to do it in a way that is compassionate. You know, I think my husband even did like check me once and he was like, wow, you really aren't holding back this weekend, are you? So and it wasn't that I was being mean. I was just very like, well, you know, this, and this, and, you know, could be done or would be done. You know what I mean? So I was just really like, I wasn't shying away. And it is important because holding things back it does create a lot of, it can create, I should say, a lot of blockage later on. But doing it in a way that is also compassionate and considerate of the other person's feelings is also essential. All right. So I hope that that resonates with everybody. And, you know, thank you for being patient with me. So we are going to move it along and get into the Moonday reading. You're right. Absolutely. There is a fine line. Heather says truth without compassion can be seen as cruelty. Yes, because there is a fine line between honesty and brutal honesty. And there are times where, yes, you could speak the truth, but you could also choose your words and choose the way that something is delivered. So if there isn't that compassion, as Heather mentions, it could just be indulging in harmful verbal attacks, you know? And so that's not productive. And all you can still block yourself that way. So what you do to others, you do to yourself. Okay. Yeah, love, doing it with love and just consideration. You know, that's the best, I guess, that we can do. But it's still very important to speak your truth. Okay. All right, moving along. The Moonday message is going to come from the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. Okay. And I do want to tell you all that I believe Mercury is, speaking of the throat chakra, Mercury is going into retrograde on the 17th. I believe the 17th. So Mercury is the planet that rules communication, travel, and technology. Retrograde means going in reverse. Although the planet really isn't going in reverse, it just kind of slows down, which gives the illusion of going in reverse. But what happens then is all of those areas that Mercury rules over tend to get wonky and go a little topsy-turvy. And this is the biggest time where we are advised to watch our words, and also be mindful of miscommunication, because it does happen a lot during Mercury retrograde. Okay, so being mindful. A lot of people that aren't privy to this information, they don't know any better, so they are just unleashing, and they may be communicating in a way that isn't being understood by you. So it's just an opportunity to be mindful when Mercury goes retrograde. Technology tends to go wonky, so make sure you've got all your stuff backed up, protected. Also travel. So just be mindful of, this is a lot of times where people's vehicles start to show what's going on with them underneath the surface. And the reason for all of this is to really bring it up to your attention, to reevaluate something. So it's kind of like the playing devil's advocate here with Mercury. Signing on lines and any agreements and contracts, it's not advised to do so in the 3-week period of Mercury being retrograde. So you might want to just take a look at, you can Google Mercury retrograde 2020, and it will show you all of the periods throughout the year for the length of time that Mercury is in retrograde. And those are the times that really, you can say that's foo-foo now, but you thank me later. Don't sign on any dotted lines during Mercury retrograde. All right. So Dawn, yes, this is one of my favorites too. I'm a huge fan of Lucy, just because I really, really resonate with the messages and the cards. But the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. And when coming into your truth and into your power, lions to me are very much like dragon energy. It is really about that majestic, stoic presence, which is what we are being asked to embody. But also, they are bearers of ancient wisdom, very connected to the earth energy and earth guardians. So when calling in their energy, it's really a reflection of, what we're being asked to work with within ourselves right now. Okay. All right. So what guidance comes forward for the collective good for the week of February 10th, 2020? Whoa. All right. Move. This kind of goes along with what we were talking about. There's, never any coincidence. This card is a 34, which is a 7. To me, 7 represents a leap ahead, right? So taking a big leap forward. Sorry, I was just catching. And I'm not ignoring anybody. I'm going to catch, so I don't get thrown off. I'll catch all the comments after I deliver the message, okay? And hey, Ange, welcome, love. I'm so happy that you made it. Starts in Pisces, ends in Aquarius on March 10th. So how will that impact us a little differently than regular Mercury retrograde? Pisces is the water sign. All about those deep emotions. All right, so the 7 is all about that leap ahead. So kind of being able to move and leap forward. However, I also see that as taking a blind leap of faith. So oftentimes whatever energy is coming in, it's requiring us to just take a blind leap. And in order to move forward, it's got to start with us. It's almost like that saying with the universe is like, well, we want something from the universe, but the universe responds like, you go first. So it's about you taking that leap ahead. 7 to me also is the number of alchemy and transmutation, which essentially is the state of going from one place to the next, so into a higher place. So it's like the bridge, if you will. So again, you've got that leaping forward. It's also about leaving behind one state no longer serving you and transforming into that higher state, like lead into gold. 7 to me is also the number of trusting blindly. Taking the blind leap of faith is trusting blindly, but it's also about divine timing and the trusting in the process of things. So not rushing, not forcing it. So there's a whole lot of trust involved in working with the number 7's magic. The card itself is rocky, and it says boundaries. So I'm loving all that blue. So that blue, throat chakra, right? Again, we're talking about communication here. Also, I'm really drawn to, first of all, boundaries. What does that mean? Boundaries can mean many things depending on how they need to come up. So boundaries could be about us communicating our boundaries, what doesn't serve us, what we will no longer accept, what doesn't resonate with us anymore, what needs to be addressed and vocalized, okay? Also, boundaries could be about you drawing some boundaries for yourself. Are you being are you doing really badly with time management, or priority management is really what I want to say. Saying, you know, like, I really need to work out, but I just never have the time. I really want to start a hobby, but I never have the time. I feel like it's about asserting boundaries in that regard, where it is saying to yourself, you know what, I have to draw some boundaries here. I can't do all the time and never do anything for myself. How can you ever take a jump forward if you are not putting yourself out there? A lot of people will say, one day I want to do this, but you're waiting for the universe to go first, right? Universe says you go first. So what you have to do is take, and I don't like to say have to, but what you can do to facilitate is take that first step. It's about priority management. Boundaries, my friends. This is what I want to do, and so I'm going to make the time for it. When we have that leap of faith, when we have that new beginning, when we have that transformation to a higher state, this is about new opportunities, new beginnings, rebirth. How can you do those things if you are not putting in the effort and the time? So draw the boundaries for yourself as to what, to be able to get things done, all right? Hi, Angel. Hey, Derek. Welcome, guys. I did just pull the card. I'll show it to you again. And it is Orochi, and it says boundaries. So we're talking a little bit about how boundaries can come up in your life this week. And the first thing that I said was boundaries regarding throat chakra, vocalizing your truth, your needs, drawing those lines through communication to state, this is just not working for me anymore. This is no longer resonating with me. I will no longer accept this. Or flip that around. What is it that you need? What is it that you want? It's about communicating that. It's time to honor our throat chakra with this Mercury retrograde coming in, and our sovereignty through this Leo full moon, and expressing our truth, becoming our true authentic selves. And it starts by communicating it, expressing it. So the boundaries. Also, boundaries can come up in the way that is, again, you go first. New beginnings. What do you want to do? What do you want to create? What would you like to give birth to? What do you want? What dreams are you asking to be fulfilled in your life right now? You have to take the first step forward. It's no longer about, well, I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, because there's these beautiful little gems and treasures here. Don't have the money right now. That will always be your block then, because you create what you state. So it is about just putting that first foot out there, taking the first step somehow, and the rest will follow. So it is about making these things, making these dreams, making these goals a reality. But again, Boundaries are needed for what is it that's you're giving your time and energy away to? Or is it just boundaries on the way that you are communicating to yourself? Is it boundaries on the way that you are hoping for something to happen but never actually taking action? Where do boundaries need to be established in your life? That's what's coming up this week. Another thing is about the money. Boundaries regarding money. For some of you, this will be the overspending. Guilty as charged. I tend to do that, especially when there are crystal babies involved. Can't help myself. But overspending. So it's not that you shouldn't have what you want. Okay, because we're not here to live and die and work. That's not what this is about. It is about enjoying yourself, and money can be a block if you're always holding on to it and hoarding it, like this little dragon might be doing here. If you're always hoarding it, you'll never have enough. Live life while you're here. However, need and necessity has been something I have been trying to practice, and I know a couple of us have been talking about it. That it has been this sudden feeling that's been coming up. And maybe that's with the shift in the new earth, that we are feeling suddenly, do I really need this? Or do I just want this? So there's this need and necessity thing coming in and going on right now. And so boundaries. Do you need it? If you don't, get rid of it. Or don't buy it. If you do need it, also want it, then okay, then don't deprive yourself, But again, balance is the key here. Balance in everything that we do. I also feel like this is boundaries in regards to being afraid of not having enough money. And that's the biggest thing I think this card told me from the moment I pulled it, was how this dragon seems to be protected. We always see those stories about the dragons guarding their treasure. To me, that speaks of fear that is disempowering, not in alignment with our new Leo sovereign selves. That speaks to me of greed. That in itself will always keep you in a place of lack. It speaks to me of the limited consciousness that we are not infinite beings, and that we are not infinitely supplied for, and that there isn't an infinite amount of abundance at our disposal, because there is. It's all about your consciousness, and what you state is what you create. So boundaries. Ask yourself this week, where do I need better boundaries? Is it with other people, or is it with yourself? All right. So it's really important, however boundaries are coming up in your life. Again, remember, our throat chakras are being expanded. They are being activated. And it is for the purpose of vocalizing your needs, but also living your truth at the same time. All right. So it's about walking the talk. Okay. All right. So lots of blue, Archangel Michael, El Moria, all the blue ray beings. It's been about that this week too. I believe I read some posts that this blue light was coming in. A couple of people said they've seen blue light recently. That's divine will. The blue ray is the first ray of creation, and it is divine will. So it is time to assert your divine will and allow yourself to move boldly forward into the new. All right. All right. So I hope that message resonates with everybody. I tried to put it out there in various ways that it could apply to you this week. Again, be interested to hear any feedback next week and how things played out. And again, if anybody wants to share any feedback on how things played out from last week, I am really eager to hear about that. So feel free to share. Ange says the nickname for this Mercury retrograde by some is alchemy and magic due to the Pisces Aquarius influences. That's fascinating. I love that. I was just talking about the alchemy with the number 7. I do know that I've been talking about the violet flame with some people, my friends lately. Also on Oracles of the Light, we just started pulling Angels of the Week every Sunday via Karen, our lovely soul sister. So every week on Sundays, Karen pulls an angel message and an angel that comes forward. And this week it was Archangel Zadkiel and Saint Germain, who are the representatives, angel and master of the 7th ray, which is the 7th ray of alchemy and the violet flame. So if you haven't seen that post, I shared it on Magical Me, but you can also find it again on Oracle's page. Go over and read that, because working with alchemy is also going to shift you forward. So very powerful stuff, my friends. Wow, and that's really cool. Very, very cool. All right, so that's the Oracle message for the week. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope it helps you throughout the week. Anybody that just popped in, you did miss the news and announcements and the empathy message, but you know you can catch that back on replay. I'm going to go into the mudra and then get us all out of here, since I am incredibly running late this week. Okay, don't think I missed. Did I miss anything? This resonates. Laura says, this resonates with me so much right now. I've been taking a lot of leaps and putting myself out there in ways I never had before with my career and relationships too. Good for you, sweetheart. Well done. Good job. Good for you, Casey. Carrie, you as well. Good for you. Rock on, ancient queens. I am really, I'm happy to see it, because you know, some of you I do know and have spoke to, and I know that's a big shift, big leaps and bounds. So good for you guys. All right, some mudra magic. Let's get into it. All right. So this week I am working with a card deck called Mudras for Awakening the Energy Body, and this deck is by Allison D. Nicola. She does have another one that is Mudras for Awakening the 5 Elements, but we are working with the chakras this week with that. So what are mudras? The long and short, mudras, it's an ancient Sanskrit word, and it is an ancient Sanskrit practice. Sanskrit is an ancient language that was used most, I should say, renownedly in, in ancient Tibet, India. It was one of the, or believed to be, one of the original forms of light language. And light language, for those of you who have ever heard me do my light language transmissions, it is incredibly potent healing, and sound is the biggest form of healing and the best form of healing that there is. Welcome, Paul. I'm happy that you were able to make it. We are on the mudra. Anything that you missed with the reading and announcements, you can catch it back on replay. Okay. So the word mudra itself translates to energy, or I should say seal. I like to say energy seal because that's just how I see it, but it is seal. And a seal that is, it's, I should say, basically like a trigger that aligns to your energy centers. You form these triggers or seals with your hands and your fingers, okay? Within your hands or your palms are chakras that are used to channel energy. Within the fingers are they're all, I should say, the triggers that are connected to the elements. So using your hands, creating different symbols with your hands, channeling your intention, and breathing enables you to channel energy into your energy centers, which are your chakras. Each chakra rules over the 4 main bodies, and each chakra controls different aspects of those 4 main bodies. And so, for example, the heart chakra rules over the heart on your physical body, rules over your emotions. So when working with these mudras, you're channeling energy into the center, into those centers, depending on the mudra that you're working with. Some mudras are designated just for a certain chakra. Some mudras work with all chakras at once, and you have 7 main, but there are many more. All right, so I just want you to, for those of you who aren't familiar with chakras, these chakras work with the function of your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and your light or spiritual body. Using one of these mudras can facilitate the removal of blockage on each of those layers all at once, which can alleviate physical blockage of any disease, any ailments or conditions that you may have going on, or assist in alleviating it. Can also help to remove emotional blockage, mental blockage, and again, it helps with the light body blockage, which helps to expand your consciousness and your awareness. So these are really powerful, incredibly profound way to take your power into your own hands. They are very simple but effective tools that are at your disposal to use to facilitate your own healing and growth. So I like to work with one every week to go with the Moonday message that's only going to assist in shifting and really helping us to expand and remove blockage at the same time. So really powerful stuff. So I'm going to pull the mudra and we will do this together for anybody who wants to participate. You can also participate on your own time by, I'm going to take a picture afterwards, save it to my page and post it, and then you can save it to your device and you can work with the mudra all week. Some mudras come with caution because they are so incredibly powerful and effective that when you use them, if you already suffer from some sort of a physical ailment or issue, it could overstimulate that area and cause a bit of irritation to it. So if there's a caution with the mudra I pull, I will let you know. All right. Hello, Allison. Welcome, sweetheart. I am on the mudra, but anything that you missed will be available for the replay. Okay. Casey says, I did the last mudra you told me about and I felt amazing. Good for you. See, I love that. I love that. It's just, guys, we have so much power at our fingertips. We just don't realize it. All right. That's why I do this. That's why I give these, because it's about taking your power back, right? All right. So what mudra comes forward for the world as a collective for the week of February 10th, 2020? What was I talking about? When was that? In the empathy forecast? Was it the unconditional love? It is the Padma Mudra. And this is one of my favorites. We had 22 viewers a moment ago, and this is number 22 in the deck. And it is known as the Unconditional Love Mudra. So it will assist us with gratitude, opening our hearts, and empathy. It supports the cardiorespiratory and immune systems, increases circulation in the chest, heart, and lungs. Okay? There is no caution with this one, and it's very, very simple. All right? So what you are going to do, for those of you who now wish to do this along with me, tell me. Can't find anything in this room. Nope. Ah, there they are. I knew that they were somewhere. Get my chimes here, tinsha bells for us so that we can have a little bit of more magic and sound therapy and working with this mudra. So what you're going to do is I want you to straighten your spine and relax your shoulders. You are going to take your fingers pointing upward, okay? Bring the hands together. Keep the pinky and the thumbs together, okay? Pinky, thumbs touching. And then bring the hands, and then to spread all the other fingers out. Like you're holding a lotus flower that's just bloomed. And that's really what it is, right, Ange? There are mantras or chants that do go along with each mudra. Each mudra is also usually tends to be associated with a Hindu god or goddess, and I believe this one is it's called the Padma Mudra, so it is associated with the goddess Padma, if I'm not mistaken, right, Ange? And Angie Walters does work with mudras much more in depth than I do, so I do appreciate when she shares some information with us that gives much more than what's just on the cards. And again, just dropping Angie's page here is Crystal Essence Healing. Go ahead over, give her a follow. She posts a mudra every day for you, and she gives lots of information regarding them as well. So if you're somebody who might want to continue this practice, check her page out. And she did just comment with the mantra that you can chant while doing this. I will not be chanting today, but I will be doing the Tinsha bells. So hold this out in front of your heart, and it is associated with the Bodhisattva, the green Tara, and Kuan Yin, the lotus flower. All right? So now close your eyes. And I know it's hard to keep your fingers together. Close your eyes. I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose and hold it. And as you release, blow the breath out of your mouth. And I want you to envision your heart opening with each exhale, like the petals of a lotus flower. One more time, take a nice deep breath in through your nose and hold. And release. Channeling the breath and the energy into your heart center, seeing the petals open more and more. Last time, nice deep breath in through your nose. Hold. And release. Channel that breath in through your heart till you have a fully opened lotus. And you can state, my heart blossoms open with unconditional love. My heart blossoms open with unconditional love. My heart blossoms open with unconditional love. And so it is. And you can open your eyes. The Anjali activation. Is this the Anjali? At the heart center here, in a prayer position. All right. Hey, welcome, Courtney. You just missed it, love. But everything's available for you. But I appreciate you trying to pop in anyway. Thank you for being here. So thank you, everybody. You can work with that mudra all week long. It takes 3 minutes once a day. You don't even need to see the image because it's so simple. Anjali, prayer pose. Open like a lotus. Pinky and thumbs touching. In front of your heart center. That's it. Okay. All right, everybody. Much love, blessings, and thank you so much for being here. And remember those boundaries this week. Where do you most need them in your life? We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.